The F-22 Raptor is the undisputed king of the skies. For 20 years, it has been the gold standard of air superiority, unmatched in agility, stealth, and lethal performance. But in the halls of the Pentagon, a difficult conversation is happening. Welcome back to Red Phantom. Today we reveal the secrets the USAF isn't telling you about the physical, silicon, and thermal limits that have finally ended the Raptor's reign. The first secret isn't about how the F-22 flies, it's about what happens when it lands. The Raptor was a child of the 80s, designed with first-generation radar-absorbent material, RAM, that is, quite frankly, a total diva. While it makes the jet invisible to radar, that skin is incredibly fragile. According to GAO data, the F-22's mission-capable rate plummeted to just 40.19% in 2024. To put that in perspective, while the rest of the Air Force fleet averages around 67%, the Raptor is sitting in the hangar more than half the time. Repairing an F-22 is like trying to fix a Swiss watch while wearing oven mitts. We aren't just talking about turning wrenches, we're talking about technicians hand-applying specialized chemical coatings in climate-controlled hangars that must cure for hours before the jet can even be touched. This is why the cost per flying hour is now an eye-watering $85,325. To my fellow gearheads, think of the F-22 as that high-maintenance classic Jaguar in your garage. It's absolutely stunning when it runs, but you spend 30 hours in the garage for every 1 hour on the road. But there's a deeper problem. The Raptor is out of production. Because only 187 units were ever built, there are no economies of scale. Every spare part is a bespoke boutique item. Trying to find a replacement actuator for an F-22 is like trying to find an original transmission for a 1970 Hemi Cuda. It's slow, it's expensive, and the guy who made the part probably retired a decade ago. The USAF has finally realized they are spending 6th-generation money just to keep 1990s technology from peeling off the airframe. They aren't just retiring a jet, they are escaping a financial death spiral. The F-22 was built for a war over Europe, where distances are short, but in the Indo-Pacific, geography is a cruel mistress. The F-22 has an unrefueled combat radius of roughly 590 nautical miles. In the vast expanse of the Pacific, that is a dangerously short leash. Imagine a flight of Raptors launching from Guam to defend Taiwan, a 1,300-mile trip one way. To stay in the fight, they are tethered to a KC-46 tanker like a puppy. But China's long-range PL-17 missiles aren't hunting the Raptors, they are hunting the tankers. Once the tanker is gone, the F-22 has no gas to get home. The F-47 NGAD solves this. Air Force Chief of Staff General David Alvin confirmed in May 2025 that the F-47 will have a combat radius well in excess of 1,000 nautical miles. The F-22 airframe is physically too small to carry the fuel needed for the Pacific. The F-22 is a closed architecture platform. Its core software was written in Ada, a language that was cutting edge in 1983, but is now a massive hurdle. Upgrading the F-22's brain to handle modern AI or the latest missiles isn't just a software patch, it's a multi-billion-dollar surgery. To put it simply, the Raptor's avionics are like that first VCR you bought in the 80s. The one where the clock has been blinking 12 o'clock for 30 years. You can keep soldering new parts onto it, but it will never run 6th-generation algorithms. The F47 NGAD is built on Open Mission Systems, OMS, allowing plug-and-play technology updates. The USAF is moving on because there is simply no more physical room in the F-22 for the processes required for 2030s warfare. Future warfare is about spectrum dominance, high-powered electronic jamming, and directed energy weapons, lasers. These require two things. The F-22 lacks electrical power and cooling. The F-22's F-119 engines were never designed to be flying power plants. The F-47 NGAD is built around adaptive cycle engine technology like the XA-100. This offers a 25% increase in fuel efficiency and a massive jump in heat sink capacity. If you tried to run a 6th generation laser or an advanced AI suite on an F-22, the plane would essentially have a thermal heart attack. The Raptor lacks the plumbing to survive the heat of modern digital combat. The F-22 was designed as the ultimate lone wolf, but the Air Force is moving toward a family of systems. In March 2025, it was confirmed that the F-47 would be the mothership for a swarm of collaborative combat aircraft (CCA) drones. While the F-22 can communicate with other jets, its data links were not built to manage a drone swarm in a high-traffic networked environment. The USAF realized that instead of spending $20 billion to try and teach an old dog new tricks, they could invest in the F-47, which is born speaking the language of the hive mind. It's like trying to teach your grandfather to use Discord. Eventually, it's easier to just hire a teenager. The Air Force is executing a total realignment of American air power, and the checkbook is bleeding. The Next Generation Air Dominance NGAD program is projected to consume a staggering $28.5 billion over the next 5 years. To fund this digital ghost, the Pentagon is making brutal cuts to the proven kings of the current fleet. In the fiscal year 2026 budget proposal, the Air Force made the controversial decision to slash F-35A procurement by nearly half, requesting just 24 airframes. The logic is cold. Leadership would rather have a smaller fleet of 6th-generation F-47s that can survive the Pacific than a massive fleet of 5th-generation jets that can't. The financial stakes are unprecedented. While an F-35 costs roughly $90 million, a single F-47 airframe is estimated to cost $300 million. To pay this ransom, the USAF is accelerating the retirement of the A-10 Warthog and cutting the E-7 Wedgetail program. We are witnessing a shift from mass to exquisite technology. The Air Force is betting everything on a family of systems where the F-47 acts as a mothership for autonomous drones. For a veteran used to seeing hundreds of jets on a flight line, this move to a few hyper-expensive platforms is a terrifying leap. But for the Pentagon, it's the only way to avoid a checkmate in the Indo-Pacific. The real secret is the risk. By planning to retire the F-22 starting in the late 2000s, the US is entering a danger zone. The F-47 NGAD won't be operational in significant numbers until the early 2030s. During that window, China's J-20 fleet, which now numbers over 300 aircraft, will be at its peak. We are essentially trading in our best player in the middle of a championship game, hoping the rookie we drafted is as good as the highlights suggest. The real reason the F-22 is retiring isn't because it's a bad plane. It's because it's a 20th century masterpiece in a 21st century digital world. The Raptor is the king, but the kingdom has changed. So here is the final question for the Red Phantom community. Are we witnessing a masterstroke of military evolution? Or are we making a historical mistake by letting the Raptor go before its successor is ready? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. This is Red Phantom. Stay informed, stay skeptical, and think beyond the first strike.